City Manager Kelby Wallace. Kelby, good to see you again.
Good afternoon, Bart. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Month. Happy New Year. I think your first time here this year.
I believe so.
I mentioned before the show, I didn't think we'd see you this early. I thought maybe closer to construction season, but you guys work year-round making plans for what you're going to do this year.
Yeah, we're always kind of planning for that next season, that whether it's winter or summer construction or both. We kind of always have things that are kind of in the pipeline coming up. Right now our staff has been on the road for the past couple weeks through our bitter cold and constant kind of lake effect snow, so they've been kind of wore out, but I think we talked, it's kind of like an old-fashioned Michigan winter here a little bit this year, and before you know it though, it's going to be March, and a lot of our construction projects sometimes kick off in early to mid-March, depending on when that weather kind of breaks.
Well, we're going to take a look today at some of the projects in Jackson County, including some specific to the city. And let's start with the county MDOT projects.
Yeah, so here's kind of a map, a little snapshot, a little bit of information. So kind of starting up the top right there on the US127 freeway north of Jackson. We've got some major maintenance work up there. We're going to do concrete patches. We're going to resurface some asphalt. We're going to fix some bridges up there. The project's about 10 miles. It's not work for the entire 10 miles, but it'll be kind of little different work zones. It's about a $10 million project, and it's going to take several months here, kind of in the spring till fall up there.
Yes, because I think it's a goal of MDOT to always have 127 under construction.
Right,
yes.
Right. I always say like painting the Mackinac Bridge. You kind of once you started, it takes so long. You have to, once you finish, you start again and painting. And it's kind of, I say this a lot, right? Sometimes this project is a maintenance project, so it's kind of like I always say, think of it of replacing your roof or your siding, right? We're not going to go down and rebuild the entire roadway like we did I-94. This one we're just going to peel off the top layer, the top 1.5 inches, and put back new asphalt. This on that 1.5 inches, so much quicker project. And then we're going to do concrete patches where we kind of have a concrete there where there's cracks and seal some of the joints to keep the water from getting out. So it's kind of like a preventative maintenance strategy, we call it.
All right, preserve the I guess the life of the road surface. Yeah. Let's go over to M99, which we're looking from Springport.
You got it. So that one's a little more intensive project. We're actually going to tear up a lot of the roadway, put in some storm sewer and water main. This would be kind of on the east side of town and then the south end of town on M99 in Springport. So this project is actually probably going to be a March till about November with all the work that's going on over there.
Right downtown.
Right, we are doing work right downtown, and we're doing work on kind of both sides of right downtown too, out towards the east end of town near Dollar General, and on the south end of town, we're doing some work down there too with some sidewalk, again water main, and some storm sewer to help with the drainage.
Excitement coming to Springport. It'll be they'll be seeing a lot of construction equipment this year. They're doing a lot at the schools too with the bond project.
Correct.
So,
yes.
All right, let's go back to 127 because there's another little project there closer to I-94 signal replacement.
Yeah, so that'd be at the exit ramp on southbound 127 to Springport Road. There is an existing signal there that is at the end of its life, so we're just kind of replacing that signal. It would be replaced kind of almost exactly how you see it now, but just upgrading with new electronics, new poles, new wires, new signal heads with LEDs and all that stuff. So that one project's at the end of the summer. Pretty straightforward. Most people won't notice it much. It doesn't impact traffic a whole lot.
Then back to 94, where we aren't all done with I-94.
So, we're actually starting to do maintenance on it.
Oh, wow.
So there are just 2 bridge decks, and they are I-94 main line. So the first bridge deck is over top of West Avenue, and then the second one is the bridge over the railroad and the Grand River that's over near Cooper Road.
They're brand new bridges.
They're brand new bridges. When kind of build concrete bridges, a lot of times your concrete, you pour it, it gets micro fractures, really tiny cracks, but those cracks can eventually let salt and water seep in there, especially this right now.
Yeah.
You know, and so that stuff does some corrosion in there. So what we're doing is we're actually going to skim off like a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch, and we put an epoxy on it. And it also has very good traction. We put some very sharp, very angular stone, very small angular stone that gives you good traction.
Is this the high friction surface?
It is very similar to the high friction surface, yes, but this is a little bit different. It's made for bridge decks. So that project itself is only going to take like 2 weeks, but obviously being a 94, it'll be an impact. We will be maintaining 2 lanes in each direction, so it's not going to neck down the freeway down to 1 lane. We'll maintain 2 lanes, but you know, it's a big project.
All right, let's move down to M-50 in the southeast part of Jackson County.
Yeah, we're heading on M-50 towards Napoleon. We're actually doing just another maintenance resurfacing there in Napoleon, starting about Napoleon Road, which is over by the Township Hall, and then going kind of through the let's call it the downtown Napoleon area, south around the curve to what we call Stony Lake Creek. There's a little creek that goes under there. So that's really just resurfacing the top 1.5 inch, again, preserving that. The road's not in horrible shape, but we're also just going to do some shoulder paving. If anybody's been through there, the shoulders are kind of, some are gravel, some are paved, and it's kind of a maintenance headache for our staff, so we're going to pave those shoulders. So that one we're actually going to do while school's not in session, so we're going to wait till after June, and we'll be done before, well before school starts again. Again, it's only about a, you know, a month and a half long project.
And then we go down M-50 south of Brooklyn.
Yeah, so we'll kind of finish up the M-50 corridor in Jackson County, and this one is going to start around M-124, and then just going to do a resurfacing down all the way into Lenawee County to a road called Hand Highway. It's going to go past MIS, past US127, and then down there. So another, you know, thin resurfacing. That project we're actually going to have done before school starts. We're going to have them start in mid-April, and then they'll finish up before I think we tried before the race. Absolutely, that was our kind of a. Usually that's a good point to either stop the work, or for a quicker project like this, you get the work done before that. So
awesome. All right, let's go to Jackson now. You had the huge downtown Jackson project last year, the bridge replacement, and you've got like to finish up that one and then a new one.
Yeah, so the bridge that we worked on last year that's open to traffic now, we do have some guardrail and fencing, and we'll have some sealing of the concrete work that'll have to occur here when the weather gets nice. So that work on that Cooper Street Bridge will be very minor. It's always going to be open to traffic, and then it'll be done probably May or early June. So there won't be much work going on there. But as we talked about, I think last time I was here, we are going to have a fairly major project on Lewis Glick near the Grand River Brewery, where we're going to replace that bridge deck. But we will be maintaining westbound traffic at all times, and eastbound traffic will be detoured using Washington Street to kind of go around the downtown. And then we're going to do concrete patches on Lewis Glick, kind of that full stretch all the way from Michigan Avenue to almost to where Washington comes in.
That bridge, you're kind of landlocked with that, Kelby. You really don't have a lot of room if you wanted to make some additional improvements like sidewalks.
Yeah. No, we're basically just kind of peeling off the existing bridge deck. We're going to leave the bridge beams. They're in good shape. So we're going to tear off the concrete, tear off the railing, and we're going to kind of put it back almost how it looks today. You know, but everything will be brand new on it. Right now, we have had some kind of little potholes popping up on that bridge, so we kind of have traffic shifted away from.
I wondered why, yeah.
Away from those potholes on it right now with drums, and we're, you know, kind of waiting for the weather to break, and then our contractor will get started on the major work.
Right, you don't want to throw good money after bad.
Yeah, right. We don't want to make any investment here right now because it's just going to get torn out in a month and a half. So we kind of just shifted traffic to get them away from the potholes.
So what's the, I guess, on the diverging diamond, you know, now that we've had it for a couple of years, how's it doing? What's the response? What's kind of, you know, maybe accident rates or anything like
Yeah,
that?
so about last fall, I think we did a kind of little comparison, and crashes were down 28% from the previous interchange when it was the old way. You know, feedback continues to be pretty positive on it. You know, we're always kind of out there looking for enhancements if we see something that, you know, folks identify that is a concern, whether it's signing or pavement markings or some of the traffic light timing and whatnot. So, yeah, it's, you know, overall it's been a success, I believe. And
Yeah, I'm always worried, I wonder if the other guy knows what I know.
right.
All right, and I think as summer, you know, the landscaping grows and it starts to look nicer. I think that'll help too.
Yeah, no, I think.
All right, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Bart.
Kelby Wallace getting his crews lined up for summer of construction in Jackson County from MDOT. Next, we've